Today we are going to look at the style attributes in HTML. So these style attributes helps us to specify CSS rules within the elements. As we all know that HTML is limited when it comes to making some changes to the contents we want. So because of that limitation, you can decide to work with these style attributes to help you do such things. Now let's start on with our HTML document. So like we looked in the previous workshops, every document has to start with a declaration. So now we shall start it on. So we say doc type. We are dealing with HTML. Then we have to open that HTML. So there is what I've forgotten to inform you. When we are working with this style or the styles in HTML, then it means that we may need to work with like this notepad. The other notepad can help you do that, and this notepad plus can make it more easier when compared to the notepad itself. So that's why today I've decided to work with this notepad plus. In case you want the notepad plus, you can try to download it if you don't have it on your computer. So you can see that the unique thing with this notepad plus here, as you're trying to insert some tag, then the tag name appears just at the bottom, as we can see here. So this you can just press on the enter key and that tag will be inserted on that particular line where you want it to be. So this is the notepad plus we shall work with. We have declared the document type as HTML. Then we have to inform the browser that we are creating an HTML document. That's why we have this tag. We now know that we introduce the head. We know the function or the work of the head tag to help you describe the HTML document you're working with. Then, so to describe, we have to create our title tag, and we say maybe wed workshop. Then after we close this tag we have opened, and then we also close the head tag. Now we are fine. From there we now have to introduce the body tag. So we shall open our body tag. Then within the body tag, we now can start to insert the contents we want to appear on our browser. So as we have said, we shall deal with majorly the style attributes today. Let's start by looking at how we can work with the text alignment, or how we can align text when we are dealing with the style attributes for text. So we shall give an example of a heading tag. So we open head 1. I will first just work as if we are not working with the styles. Then we see how we can change that particular tag into the style or the HTML style attribute. So we put the head and we say head 1, welcome to let me put style attribute workshop. Then after, we shall close this tag for H1 which we opened. Now, when we save this work, we shall see how it will appear. But now, before we can save it, let's first complete our fundamental tags. Hope we still remember. Since we opened the body, let's close this body tag. Then we also close HTML. From there, we have to save this work of ours or this document. So we can go to File, then we work with the Save As. So when we click on the Save As, we have to specify where we want this document to go. Today I will put it on desktop in our folder which I've already created, named Wednesday Workshop. Then we call it styles. I put .html and then we can save. So I'm going to just try to restore down. Then we got our folder. Here we have the folder and the contents. So here is the HTML document we are creating. So I will double click to open it. This is how our document looks. Then here is the title describing the document we are working on, as we put in the Notepad++, which is our text editor. So sometimes you may want to have this title in the center of this page, but now you can see that it is left aligned. How do we work with this style attribute? To put the heading, like this heading of ours, to the center, or to align it to the left or to the right. So to do that, we shall just go to our program, which is this one here. Then we now apply that the style attribute for font within this particular HTML tag, which is H1. So to apply the style, we put the style, we type there that word style, showing that now we are going to apply a style attribute. So when you type that, you have to put an equal sign. You're going to assign or to give a particular style to that heading 1. Which style do you want? We have said we want to start with the text alignment style attribute. So we shall put text align. That is for the text alignment, if you want to align the text. But if you put the text align, so as you just type, you can see that we have options just below here. I can click on it and then I press the enter key to apply that style attribute we want in this particular tag or within the tag H1. We have to put this in our minds that when you put that particular style, you have to make sure that you enclose with the quotation. You start with the quotation, then we have said we want to align our text, that is text align where? To the center. so we introduce a colon. When we introduce this colon, then we specify where do we want it to be aligned. Is it to the center? Then you can type center. You can even see just below here, center is already selected. Just press on the enter key. Now, since we are putting this particular style within the quotation, then also this way you have to make sure that you close this quotation. It means that now this will come to, let me try to reduce a bit, you can see, it means that this heading welcome to CSS, to style attribute workshop, will be in the center of the page of our browser. If we can go to our browser here, you see that this is left aligned, but now we expect it to be in the center of our browser page. So after doing that, we can now save. The shortcuts are here. We don't need to go to file and then click on save, though they will still do the same thing. So let me click on save, and then we go to our browser. We try to reload. When we reload, we can see that our heading, or this heading style, has been moved to the center of this particular page. That is what we put here, and that is exactly what it has done for us. So that's how you can work with the style attribute if you want to align a text to a particular point within the browser.